Right, let's start today's session. This is the first session of Python full stack development. Okay, Python full stack web development sessions. And in this session, I'm going to discuss each and every subject purpose. Means to become a Python full stack web developer, what subjects are required. Okay, and this session is complete full stack development, and also this session is who are looking for only Python core and advanced also. I'll tell you that who should go with only Python and who should go with complete full stack development of Python. First, let me write the subject names here, especially in full stack development. First important subject is Python. This is mandatory subject for full stack developers as well as normal exclusive Python developers. Okay. And the next subject name is Django. It also called as Django. And next REST API. And next one is Flask. And next fifth one is UI basics, user interface basics. That means UI technologies. We will be covered like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and then Bootstrap. Yes, Bootstrap. So these I'm going to cover in HTML in the web development process, UI basics, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. And next, database, SQLite 3, and also MySQL. So to become a full stack developer in Python, you must and should aware of these all 6 subjects. Okay. But some students are looking for only Python. I'll tell you clearly who should go with only Python instead of all the remaining subject. Suppose your plan is after completion of learning Python, if you are going to move towards data science or data analysis, AWS, DevOps, or AI, machine learning, in this area, if you are looking in future, then for you only Python is enough. Because data science, data analysis, AWS, DevOps, these areas, Python is a prerequisite programming language. So without having Python knowledge, you can't move towards that. So who are looking for data science or data analysis, AI, ML, AWS, DevOps, okay, then Python is enough. But if your plan is not in that data science or AWS DevOps, do you want to fully become a full stack developer in Python? I strongly recommend to learn all these subjects. Okay, 6 subjects. So here Python only if you consider like if you enroll for Python, only Python course, that is core and advanced Python we will be covered. Core and advanced Python. And in this context, I'll cover basic Python and advanced level of programming in Python. So the course duration is up to 2 months, 45 days to 2 months duration for only Python programming. So you will be good at in Python up to 2 months duration of this course. In case if you are looking for complete full stack development and including 3 frameworks like Django, REST API, Flask, UI and SQLite all. So duration of this course is 4 months compulsory. So complete Python full stack development duration is 4 months and only basic Python core and advanced is up to 2 months. You will be able to finish. Without having knowledge of Python, you can't extend the remaining subjects like this. So that's what our fully focus up to 2 months is Python only. No matter you are enrolled for only Python or full stack Python, everybody should complete first Python language. After that, you can start your framework sessions. Okay. Yes. So let's talk about each and every subject details, because you must and should aware each and every subject purpose. What is that and why we use before going to start learn now full stack development. See, sir, the first subject number one is Python, right? Now, Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Generally, using any programming language, what we can do, sir? Which is used to write coding part, coding part for the application development. Coding part for the application development. So it is a purely programming language like C, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET, how it is. Same Python is also one of the most popular programming language, which is used to write coding part for the application development. See, sir, in full stack development, everywhere, whenever you write logic, that logic in Python. That's what you should be strong enough in Python. Then only you can able to develop any application. And the next subject number one is, subject number two is Django or Django. What is this? It is not a programming language. Then what it is? It is a framework. Yes, complete Python based framework. So what is framework also? I'll give you clarity. Django is a framework which is used to develop the web applications. What kind of applications we can develop using Django framework means web applications possible. So what is web application? Very simple. The application which will provide services over the web or internet is called web application. All Flipkart, Amazon, okay, Instagram or banking sector, financial sector applications are all websites only. That web applications, do you want to develop using Python? Then what framework is required? Django framework is required. And Django is a Python-based web development framework. It is a Python-based web development framework. Why? Because Django completely written in which language? Python language. Yes. How Django framework designed and developed means by writing Python language script only. So Django can understand only Python instructions. Do you want to use in the web development process Django framework? Compulsory you have to access or consume libraries of Django using Python script only. So I'm telling you, sir, to learn Django, what is the prerequisite subject? Python. Without having Python skills, you can't start with Django framework. You can't develop web applications. So it is a framework and it is a Python-based framework, web development framework. Why? Because we are going to develop web applications using Django. Django completely written in Python language only. Okay. Now coming to the framework. Actually, Django is not only framework. We are going to learn in full stack development two more frameworks also. One is REST API, another one is Flask. Total three frameworks we are going to learn in full stack development. Django framework, REST API framework, Flask framework. One programming language, Python. One design technologies like UI technologies. And two database tools knowledge, SQLite and MySQL. Is it clear, sir? Now, next, once you develop Django framework through some applications, web applications, that web application purpose compulsory, the extension subject is important. That is REST API. It is another framework. Let me talk about REST API, sir. Here you can see REST API is also a framework. REST API is a framework which is used to develop the APIs for web applications. I'll tell you that what is the purpose of REST API. Observe, sir. I said using Python code and using Django framework, I have developed web application. I'm ready with my web application. But in real time scenario, what's going to happen, every web application must and should communicate with other applications, sir. For suppose you have a flipkart.com website. You are browsing one product. After checking the details of product, then you are ready to buy that product. When we click on buy now, immediately it will navigate to other page. It will show some options for payment. If you choose any concerned bank of your application, then that request goes to banking application. But that banking application will send same request to bank server and get the response. That response should has to back to flipkart.com website. So here your flipkart.com is one web application. Your bank application is another web application. Both are communicating with each other or not? Yes. How they communicate, through API. Yes. So without API or without mediatory service, then no communication is going to happen in real time for multiple applications. That's what REST API is very, very important to learn after completion of Django. You are ready with Django with your web application. Tell me if your web application is not in a position to talk or interact with other application, then how we can provide services to your customers? Yes, sir. So that's what after learning Django web applications, you must and should learn REST API. It is also a framework which is used to develop what APIs for web application. And your REST is nothing but representational state transfer. Representational state transfer. REST stands for. Okay, REST stands for representational state transfer, sir. Okay, representational state transfer. What is API stands for? Very simple. API stands for application programming interface. API stands for application programming interface. Very simple, sir. The APIs which are developed or designed by using REST architecture is called REST API. REST is an architectural pattern. In Python full stack development for Django web applications, if we generate APIs, we follow what architecture? REST architecture. So that's what the APIs which are generating by using REST architecture is called REST API. And this REST API is also called as what DRF. What does this mean? Django REST Framework in short way. DRF. Django REST Framework. So imagine, sir, without REST API, Django application cannot communicate with other application. Yes. So tell me, sir, REST API learning purpose, what are the prerequisite subjects? Django as well as Python. Both is required. To learn REST API, Django and Python both are required. To learn Django, Python is required. To learn Python, nothing is required. No prerequisite subjects knowledge is required to learn Python. Because so many students may get like confusion. So to start with Python, should I have the knowledge of C language or C++? I think I can say no, not required. If you have already, no problem. But even if you don't have any knowledge of C language or C++ programming, happily you can start learn with Python because Python is itself claimed that is simple and programming language, easy programming language and basic programming language. To learn this basic language, no other prerequisite language knowledge is required. Understand? So this is Python language, Django framework, REST API, API development purpose. So using REST API framework, we can develop APIs. API is a software tool generally. API is a software tool. API is a software tool which enables the communication, between two or more web applications. Between two or more web applications, communication purpose we use APIs. It is called communication medium. So API is a software tool which enables the communication between two or more web applications. REST API prerequisite subjects are Django as well as Python. Now, before going to talk about UI basics, let's give the clarity about Flask. It is another framework in Python. So what is Flask? Flask is also Python-based web development framework. And you know that already I said that Django is a web development framework because Django through we can develop web applications. But I'm saying that Flask is also a Python-based what? Web development framework. That means using Flask. Flask is used to develop the single page web applications. Single page web applications, mostly. Single page web applications or microservices programming purpose, we use Flask framework. What is the main difference between Flask and Django? See, sir, Django through we can develop medium scale and large scale web application development is possible. But Flask through not medium, not large, only micro services programming or single page web application development, small scale web applications, dashboard kind of applications. Do you want to develop with Python? Flask framework is there. Okay. So it is a Python based web development framework again. Flask is used to develop the single page web applications or microservices programming purpose. And to learn Flask framework, what is the prerequisite subject means only Python is enough. No Django knowledge, no REST API knowledge is required. Flask is recommend to learn priorly Python only. That's it. Python with Flask. Now, before going to talk about UI basics and SQLite 3 MySQL, so far I explained just each and every subject purpose. Python is a language, Django framework, REST API framework, Flask is a framework, right? 3 frameworks, 1 language. But to become a Python full stack developer, the person must and should aware two important component area. One is front-end development. What is that? Front-end development. And also you must have the knowledge on back-end development, front-end development as well as back-end development. Tell me, sir, Python language, Django framework, REST API framework, Flask framework. These 3 frameworks, 1 language Python under comes into front-end or back-end. Okay.
Front end.
I'll give the clarity. Front end means the moment when we open any website, what we are going to see on the screen, that is called front end, right? Whenever we access the front end with user interface design, behind the scenes, what actions or what transactions we are going to make, that is called backend. So that's what subject to correction here. Backend development process, the language is required, which is nothing but what? Python. Python. It's a backend completely. Next, look at this. The frameworks are required. The frameworks are required. What frameworks we talk about? The Django, REST API, and then Flask. All are backend. And even complete databases like backend need 3 things mainly. The language is required for writing coding purpose. The frameworks are required. And then the database is required. All are backend. Yes, all are backend. This SQLite 3 MySQL also under comes into backend purely. Only the front end means what you know? UI, user interfaces. Means UI basics all under comes into front end development process. See, sir, simple. Front end developments, the moment for the first time whenever we visit any website as a customer, what we are going to see on the screen, like design, text boxes, buttons, labels, all menu options. That is nothing but what's a front end development. So you must aware of front end development by using what? UI technologies. Using HTML through, we can develop what? Web pages, hypertext markup language. And I want to give some styling for my web page. Look and feel should be better for my customers. Then we can write CSS, cascading style sheet. Styling, you can apply. Colors, background colors, font size, font color like that. And HTML and CSS through, we can develop what? Web page with proper design and style. But non-functional, sir. No functionality or no validations. Validations and functionality purpose, we can write what? JavaScript logic. Most of the cases, JS means JavaScript can be used for client-side validation. Means whenever we enter username, password, address, mail ID, phone number in the user interface in the front end, when we click on submit button, it has to be checked whether user inputs are correct or not, right? Before going to submit to the server. That validations, who can do? JavaScript through we can do it. And Django framework through also, we can do validations, but JavaScript better to perform client-side validation. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript are very basic UI technologies. And jQuery and Bootstrap are advanced UI technologies. This jQuery Bootstrap also implemented by using these three technologies. jQuery is an extension of JavaScript. jQuery, nothing but JavaScript libraries. Very simple, sir. If you go for JavaScript, assume that one task is there. That task purpose, we have to write 30 lines of code. Assume that JavaScript. But if you go for same task purpose jQuery, 10 lines is enough because code will be reduced. jQuery will come with built-in libraries, that is JavaScript libraries. Minimalizing the code purpose, we use jQuery. And Bootstrap is one of the most important UI technologies in every web development. Not only I'm speaking Python full stack web development, Java full stack developer, .NET full stack developers, everywhere we use Bootstrap common. It makes look and feel far better compared to other normal design. So Bootstrap is the combination of JavaScript and CSS libraries. Both functionality we can do, design we can do with the help of Bootstrap only. So front-end development purpose, we fully focused on UI technologies clearly. How much it is required for our Django web development, REST API web development, Flask web development, all we will cover using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap when I start Django framework. Okay, first 45 days, for sure 45 days to 2 months, we will focus on only programming language. Once you will become good at programming language, after completion of Python, then I can start what? Django framework, which is the first framework of web development. And in the Django framework teaching process only, we will include UI knowledge, we will include database knowledge, all these things. All together, we can make the applications. Okay. So backend development means it is not going to be visible to the customer, right? Customer only can see UI, can do transactions. But behind the scenes, what activities have been performed, they don't see Python logic, they don't see the Django framework code, REST API framework code, Flask framework code. Even they don't see database. They can get the data from database, they can send the data to the database, but they can't see the database because confidential, that is security wise. So the language, frameworks, database, all under comes into backend development. The person or student who aware to develop front end as well as to develop backend, that means who should have the knowledge on UI, Python, frameworks, and database, that person is become Python full stack developer. Means you should be act as any, once you place it or once you get a job in some company as a full stack developer. So your role, they can decide first. Most of the students may ask, like, if I get a job in full stack development of Python, should I involve all the subjects in daily? No, because based upon the project, okay, your role will be decided first. And for example, your role is decided in Python only. You should focus on Python. Later, once Python project completed, again your company is going to taking up new project, which is in Django. Then your resources are enough because initially they hire as a full stack developer, right? Your profile. Then your profile can be changed to the Django. They don't need to hire other people who is having expert in Django cases. So that is a hiring process will be typical for them. That's what right now in a market full stack developer. I'm not speaking about Python full stack developer. All Java full stack, .NET full stack, Python full stack. All the full stack developers are having. All the full stack developers are having. All the full stack developers are having. Okay, more options in the real-time process because full stack development means all the areas you have to clearly focus. So frameworks and language and databases, everything, everywhere.
Django has only single page, no?
No, Django is multiple pages, medium scale applications and large scale applications. Generally,
So Django not the single page.
no, single page not. We can develop single page also, but Django is a huge framework.
Why
Not
use the best?
Flask is used for just for small scale applications. Dashboard kind of applications. Means dashboard means one window, you can manage all the operations. You need not to go to somewhere and collect the data, not like that.
Django is more for
Yes, yes. Django is the most popular framework for, see sir, medium scale application means like this e-commerce websites. We can develop with Django. Financial projects, we can develop with Django. Banking applications, and many more.
Only single table that
Flask. Single page applications or dashboard kind of applications or microservices programming. Instant services need sometimes, then we can go for Flask framework. So total 3 frameworks I'm going to teach you. See, sir, whatever I explained the subject so far, like Python, Django, REST API, Flask, UI, SQLite 3, MySQL, all the subjects I will only teach. No other trainer will be interfere in the middle till the last day of the full stack development session. Okay. Next, database purpose. Yes, sir. Full stack developer must and should have the database knowledge also. For database purpose, what tools I'm including? SQLite 3 as well as MySQL. Why 2? The reason is whenever you set up the Django framework and automatically the SQLite 3 is an integrated part of Django. So which database is integrated with the Django? SQLite 3 is a database. Most of the operations we can do with the Django with the SQLite 3 only. But MySQL knowledge also required because most of the real-time applications in full stack development, MySQL they prefer to use. Why MySQL, sir? You may get doubt. Why not MS SQL, Microsoft SQL Server is there? And why not Oracle? Oracle is there. MongoDB is there. PostgreSQL is there. Multiple databases are there, right? Yeah. I'm saying that using Python, you can connect with any database. Oracle, MySQL, SQLite 3, MongoDB, any database. But majority is important. After getting a job, then if you working with full stack development process, what will be the database they recommend to use means MySQL in real time. Look at sir, if you ask same thing, Java people, what their database most of the cases? Java people, they use database Oracle only. They can't use MS SQL. What .NET full stack developers, they use database mostly? MS SQL, because MS SQL is the product of Microsoft. .NET is the product of Microsoft. That's what in Python full stack development, most of the cases, MySQL is the database. But all the databases same. Every database is having its individual style and its individual working style. So Python with MySQL is the best combination, I can say that. But I am saying that it doesn't mean that Python cannot able to communicate with other database. Happily, you can communicate. Just connection strings and address path you can change. You can do all the activities. We will show in our session multiple database connectivities also. All operations against MySQL, against MS SQL, against SQL3. All we will discuss. Clear. So this is complete subject information which I pass. Because before going to start learning full stack development process, you must know what subjects are there and each subject purpose you have to know first. Okay, otherwise you'll get confused. One language, Python, programming language, only one it is. Total, how many frameworks? 3 frameworks are there. These are the frameworks, not language. And UI technologies, designing purpose. And database means to store our data permanently. Database compulsory required. And what is framework, sir? I'm telling you that Django, REST API, Flask is the framework. Framework is nothing but very simple. It's a collection of class libraries. Framework is nothing but what? Collection of class libraries. Framework. Framework is a of collection of libraries. What is library? Each library contains built-in classes. Each library, for example, book library. What book library contains collection of different types of books or not? Same library means here collection of classes. Each class collection of methods. Each method lot of having implementation. So libraries in the sense predefined implementation things. I can say simply libraries are nothing but ready-made resources. Ready-made resources means what? Ready to use. No need to implement from scratch. So whenever we install Python, Django, REST API framework, all these libraries will come and available in your system. As a developer or programmer, whenever it is required, you can consume or access directly without implementation. That's what Python full stack development through, if we start development of any web application, it won't take much more time to finish. Less time it will take because Python offer plenty of libraries. Django offer plenty of libraries. As a developer, you must aware how to access these libraries. So framework is nothing but it's a collection of libraries, and framework is having some set of rules and specifications. What rules and specifications they are providing, then that rules you have to follow in the development process. For example, Django framework will have some guidelines or specification for development of web application. You must follow that guidelines. You can't cross the rules, right? Yes. Flask is having its own rules and regulations. It's a framework. That framework, that guidelines through only how to develop the application, I can say. So this is exactly what are the subjects and each subject purpose actually. Once again, I'm telling you, if you enroll for only Python core and advanced, that duration of this course is 2 months. Up to 2 months, it will be finished. And if, if you enroll for complete Python full stack development, the duration of the course is 4 months. And every subject PDF document I'll send to your mail once demo sessions are over. So total you have a 4 demo lectures. How many demo lectures? 4 demo lectures are there. 4 demo lectures. You can feel free to attend tomorrow and 2 more sessions using same link at same time 10 a.m. Okay. 4 demo lectures after completion, then you can decide whether you want to join this course or not. As per your comfortable, feel free to take the decision. No force at all. Okay. And once we complete 4 demo lectures, and we will start share the PDF documentation to your mail, and every session is going to be recorded now. Yes. So every recorded video daily basis will upload into your Google Drive. That recorded videos are lifetime access. Once you have a drive folder, once I share that folder, as long as you maintain in your Google Drive, that will be open mode only. You can access anytime, you can play, you can listen the video anytime. That material completely downloadable. Yes. Along with that material as well as videos, we will also create in the context of Django REST API Flask, minimum 3 to 4 hands-on projects, sir. 3 to 4 hands-on projects development also there. This is very important because not only learning process of Python and Django or REST API, you can able to write the code, but how it makes turn into real-time development projects also important. Because once you get a job, you should aware how the development process need to be started. So that's purpose I'm going to cover 3 to 4 hands-on projects. Hands-on project means you will have the experience, how to handle the project, from where to start, how to access the libraries, where to stop, like that. Complete what we can say top to bottom. I'll explain clear 3 to 4 hands-on projects clearly. Once you have this project's development process, then it will be easy to survive in the job after getting a job. This is important. And these projects also we can keep in your resume as a fresher. I strongly recommend. Suppose you are the recent passed out, but how you can claim in the interview process that I am having coding skills means you can show your hands-on project development process by including in your resume. But suppose you are the experienced candidate or else you have a career gap. Some students are going to put some 3 to 4 years experience. I don't really recommend to put these projects in their resume. Anytime you can strictly remember the person who is going to try to get a job as an experience, 3 to 4 years experience, either it can be genuine or it can be put up the experience from consultancy or something. You should not keep any projects in the resume. Remember that. Most of the people ask me, sir, I want to put 3 to 4 years experience. Can you suggest any real-time projects? Means I don't suggest. Reason is what? You are saying that or you are claiming that I am an experienced candidate. That indicates that you worked in previous company, right? 1 or 2 companies. In that company, what was your role? You have to mention in the resume. That is important. But non-experienced like fresher candidate, they must include 1 or 2 projects where you strong coding skills. so that they can analyze this candidate is having really skilled person because he implemented his own projects like that, hands-on project. So this is clear information which I am passing, sir. Okay. So total, this is complete basic introduction which we completed. Now, next I'm going to show you important things, sir. In this Python full stack development course, no matter whether you are only Python or full stack Python, if you enroll, no matter, I'm going to cover most important key libraries in Python, sir. Everybody should aware of these key libraries for real-time process. One library is NumPy, numerical Python. Next one is Pandas, Python data analysis. Next one is Matplotlib, mathematical plotting library, data visualization purpose. Next one is Seaborn. This is also data visualization purpose. These all most important key libraries also I'm going to cover in detail. And along with these key libraries, and look at this complete course, full stack or only Python. So I'm going to cover AI tools. AI tools. AI tools means what? Nowadays, you know that what is the role of AI in the real-time development. So learning Python with your own coding skills are very important. At the same time, how to search related to Python and Django or any coding whenever it is required with AI tools, using AI tools also important. That I'm going to show you multiple tools covering. So one of the popular AI tool, everybody knows that. What is that? ChatGPT. This I'm going to cover. And next, Perplexity. This I'm going to cover. Gemini AI. This I'm going to cover. And then next, which is my favorite, Cloud. This also I'm going to cover. So these are all the AI tools which I'm going to cover. So at least you have to get an idea, sir, how to use in your Python development. But here there is a disclaimer I'm giving. Sir, I'm not going to depend completely on AI, sir. The reason is what you know, if I depend or if you depend AI, there is no chance to develop anything from your end because that will only auto-generate everything. But the thing is, this is artificial intelligence tools. Whatever you are giving prompting, what you need according to the development, that will deliver complete code from scratch to high-end level. But final result, you should be in a position to understand, right? Yes, that's what I'm asking you. Learn Python properly with your own skills. I'll teach complete Python basics to scratch level to intermediate level to advanced level programming. But at the same time, in the middle, also I'll assist you how to use these tools to get it faster rate of development process. So that after getting a job, you will aware of these AI tools, then your things will be easy. Got clarity? Because even though you know how to write the logic from line by line from your end, but it takes obviously time taking process. But even if you are in a position to write line by line and development of your company, people are not accepting to write line by line because they'll assist you or they'll insist you. Why don't you use AI tool to make the application development little bit faster? Time saving is important. It doesn't mean that you don't have skills. You have a skills, but at the same time, you have to follow what? Time constraints also, time limits also there, right? Yeah. So that's what AI will give the proper result, but that after giving the result, you should be in a position to understand that code to inject in your application development, right? So human intelligence are very important than AI, artificial intelligence. Even though that will give full clarity code, but you are the human intelligence also required to understand that code and to bind that code into application development process. So this AI tools I'm going to cover in the respect of all the subjects which I'm going to teach. And also these key libraries also I'm going to cover one by one libraries. And these are the subjects which I'm going to cover: Python, Django, REST API, Flask UI, Basics, SQL, and MySQL. Complete PDF material, video sessions, everyday recorded videos. Video sessions are lifetime access, and project development, most important key libraries along with AI tools will be teach in daily. So first 4 demo sessions will conduct 10 to 11. This is just demo session. That's what I'm closing little bit early today. But once regular sessions means fifth sessions onwards, exactly your session will begin 10 a.m. It will close 11 a.m. daily 1 hour. The sessions will regularly happen from Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the half. Okay. And for demo sessions, you can continue. You can use the same link continuously 4 days. Once your enrollment process is over, after that, we will send a new link. Day 5th onwards, you can use that link to continue your sessions only. So this is from my side today, just a basic information which I pass. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, my focus is completely on Python, sir. Because as I said that first Python, you should focus up to 2 months. Once you will become good at Python coding, then we'll start frameworks development, web development, Django, REST API, Flask, and so on all. Okay. So do you have any questions who are especially in online? Please, you can proceed. It's your turn because this is the first day demo. I should take your questions also. So that's what it will take 10 minutes more time. Please proceed, sir. You have any questions? Feel free to ask me now. Who are in online, especially?
Yeah, no questions, sir, from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody, please proceed. Please attend tomorrow demo also and next 2 days. Total, you have 3 more demo sessions. Then after that, you will get clarity. Then you can decide. Okay. Yes. So
Sure, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Still any more questions? Please go ahead. Anybody? Amitesh, Swati, Thomas, Venkat, Vijay Kumar. Swarup. Lalit. Yeah, I have no questions. Yeah, Amitesh Kumar, you are working BPO sector. You want to shift into development, right? Yeah, you can. Always welcome and try to learn subjects from the scratch. Obviously, there are so many opportunities, no doubt at all. Yeah. So thanks for attending this session. Okay. Have a nice time. Please feel free to attend 3 more demo lectures by using the same link. Okay. So see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah. So I'll wait here 2 more minutes. If you have still any questions, please proceed it. Okay, all of you, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow again. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, my fully focus on Python development. So don't miss it. Have a nice time.